I just kept replaying the thing that she said over and over again in my mind. And then I remember like, oh, hey, like I did not say that. I remember exactly who said it. And then I said, hey sis, remember when you said such and such and such? Well, somebody came to me and was like, I was offended, but why when you said such and such and such? And but then the you that said it was not me, it was you.
Random, and I got purpose. Things coming together so beautifully. One day, it all makes sense. Just you wait and see. Take this journey with me. Purposely random, purposely random, purposely random, purposely random.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Angelise, and this is my podcast, Purposely Random, a podcast by Angelise. On today's episode, we're going to be talking all about accountability. But before we get into accountability, let's talk about what's going to be going on this month, the month of December. I decided to do something a little bit cheesy or whatever and do a series called The Gift of, where we're going to be doing like different gifts, like the gift of hello, the gift of goodbye, the gift of accountability, the gift of empowerment, and investment. Um, so today we're going to be talking about the gift of accountability. As you guys know, this is a big thing for me. It's one of the things I value very much so is being self-accountable and also like having other people hold themselves accountable because honey, baby, let the chips fall where they may lie, but I ain't gonna let them fall into my plate if they're not for me. That's something that I had to learn because I was always like, oh, let me take some of your chips off. No, no more chips off of your plate. The chips need to be on your plate and my chips need to be on mine. So also what it's meant to me now, like what accountability means to me now, and what it means for my 2021. Anyways, speaking of songs, let's get into the theme song. Here we go. You got a gift, so discover it and make it shine. No need to hide it once again. It took so long to find what was so deep within. You did the work, you should be proud. So share it, the time is now. Ooh, the time is now. Yeah. All right, all right. I kind of wrote that one before. I ain't gonna hold you. Like you normally I do it off the top of the dome, but I had to do two takes because I had written it and it was from the heart, but like I find once I kind of write something down, maybe in a way I kind of lose the essence of what I meant when I wrote it. So, well, when I just think it, that's what I should say. Anyway, let's get into the topic, which is accountability, the gift of accountability. Boom, boom. So, what is accountability to me? So accountability to me is just really, like I said in the intro, like owning what is yours to own. So, like, what is it that is for me? So, let's say, okay, I make a mistake, right? I'm gonna hold up to that mistake. But if someone comes at me like, Angela, you did such and such and such, and I'm like, no, that such and such doesn't really sound like something I did. Well, the part of it that was me, yeah, I'll own what the part of it that was me. I'll own that for sure. But I ain't gonna own what was Karen's or Rashika Shay's or Simone and Puma. Listen, Akuna Matata, it means no worries for the rest of the day. So I ain't gonna worry about something that I don't need to worry about. You feel me? Because I'm already anxious as it is. I already got a lot of anxiety. I got a lot of feelings, and I'm like, listen, if that doesn't need to be on my plate, I'm gonna go ahead and remove that from my plate. Okay. um, let's do a little story time because I know I told y'all I want to do a little bit more acting things out and do a little bit more stories. So let's talk about this. Um, So I was at church one time and I sing in the choir, and I am actually a leader in the choir. I don't know how much more I am because I really haven't been that great of a leader this year in 2020, but that's my accountability. I need to do better. But this member had come to me and said, it really hurt my feelings when you said such and such and such. And I was like, I said that? Because it was something that really didn't sound like something I would say. And she's like, yeah, you did. And I was like, I don't remember saying that. But what I will be accountable to is actually, saying sorry for your feelings being hurt. I don't think that I said that, but if you feel that I said that, I will go ahead and apologize. So I'm going to hold myself accountable for even something that I didn't say. And then I just kept replaying the thing that she said over and over again in my mind. And then I remember like, oh, hey, like I did not say that. I remember exactly who said it. And then I said, hey sis, remember when you said such and such and such? Well, somebody came to me and was like, I was offended by why when you said such and such and such. And um, but then the you that said it was not me, it was you. It was actually you that said it. So what was great about that situation is that she actually, the person that said it, actually went to the person that came and addressed me and said sorry to that person, and for saying what they said. And I don't remember. Oh no, the person that did say it, they apologized to me for coming at me and saying that, accusing me of saying something that I didn't say. So it was really great. There were so many accountability levels there. There was my initial accountability for something that was not mine to own, but I still was like, you know what, I'm going to take accountability for the offense that was caused, right? So the feeling that was caused. So then there, I went to the actual person that was accountable, and they took accountability. And then the person that, it was just so much accountability everywhere, and it was so great to own, own what is yours to own, and to really be responsible for your feelings, for the situation, and for other people's feelings. And when I say other people's feelings, I mean how your actions have affected someone else's feelings, because you can't own someone else's feelings, but you can own your piece of what you make people feel. So let's talk about what accountability really is. I looked it up because I'm just like a little nerd like that. Just kidding. No, I like to. English is amazing. So accountability is a noun, and it's the fact or condition of being accountable, responsibility. So what's accountable? So it's an adjective, and it is of a person, organization, or institution required or expected to justify actions or decisions. Responsible is another word for that. And another definition of that is understandable. So let's get into why I think that accountability is a gift. Accountability is a gift is because it lets you really live in reality. It lets you live in the truth of the situation, in a shared perspective, a shared reality with other people. So you get to be able to know what is real, what is really going on. And that's why I think it's a gift, because you're not living in a fantasy world. You're not thinking more highly of yourself than you ought to. You are knowing what's really going on and seeing perspective from within and without of you. So that's why I think it's such a gift. What this gift has brought to me is, like I said, that shared reality. It's also brought me myself. It really has brought me into the center of myself, because before I used to be so dissociated with my own body. I always felt like I was over here living in a different world. Like, here's my actual physical body. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all, we're all the way almost in the end of the podcast. But if you're listening to me, thank you so much for listening to me. if you want to see what I'm talking about with my here was I, there was I examples, go ahead and hop onto the YouTube page, Angela's Music. That's Angela Elise Music with the Q, like Music Soul Child, and hop onto the YouTube page. I do have an actual YouTube page for this project. It's called Purposely Random Podcast or Purposely Random. I can't remember. I'll get back to y'all with that. But I do have a YouTube page for this, but the audience is not as big, so I just kept the Angela's Music. Anyway, getting back to the story. So how I felt in my body. So here I was, boom. And then here's how I always felt. Here's always felt like I was outside of my body, living life through someone else's eyes, kind of like a third person shooter, where I would, and that's a video game concept. I don't know, girl. It's a video game term, so third person video game. So I would always feel like outside of my body, looking at myself doing things, and what accountability has done for me is anchored me in myself. It's held me to myself and anchored me to myself. And so I remember I told you guys the story about me lying and being a liar, about going to college, and my mom and dad, especially my mom, being like unable to trust me. They held me accountable, and it was so amazing. It's such a hard work to do, and still remain accountable and to live in truth, because I never want to like live that life again. And so it's brought me my family back too. It's really been such an anchoring tool. It brings me back to my center so often when I feel like I'm gone astray, when I feel like I need to not just drift about. It's brought me back in. So I would say accountability is truly an anchor in my life. And another thing is, as I'm setting my intentions for 2021, and we'll talk about that here in another podcast this month, I want to hold myself more accountable so that I'm consistent. Consistency is going to be the maintaining key in maintaining my significant change, the significant changes that I want to make here in 2021. And the word that I chose for 2021, which we'll talk about again later on in this series. And I need to be more consistent than ever when it comes to this intention that I set and the word that I chose for 2021. And so I'm really excited. Let's talk about how it affects you. So how does accountability affect you? So it's really up to you how it will affect you. In 2021, or even right now, as we're preparing, I would challenge you to hold yourself more accountable and to really be active in seeking others to hold you accountable as well. So what does that mean? It means finding someone, or yes, yourself, really looking at your goals, really looking at your actions, and then seeking out that anchoring. So let's say you're like, I want to set a goal of like talking to such and such less, because I find when I talk to such and such, I be getting a little attitude and I get mad. And I have already spoken to this person and really spoken to them about how the relationship is affecting me, but I haven't done my own actions, which is kind of removing myself or changing my attitude when it comes to them. So what you'll do is, whenever you find yourself repeating this cycle of interacting with that person or having an attitude with them, you check back in. Hey, what's up, sis? Did you catch the attitude with such and such today? Yeah, I did. Was that something that you wanted to do? No, it wasn't something I want to do. Okay, so now what are you going to do? Now that you've acknowledged that you have done such and such, you've acknowledged that you don't want to do that anymore, what are you going to do to change that action the next time that it arises? And then you make a plan, and then you keep going and you keep going. And every time you do not have an action that aligns with the values that you have set before you, then you check in. And it's also important to check in when you have done a good job. Like, let's say, boom, okay, I'm over here. I'm like, I want to like eat more vegetables because I feel like I need to. And also, it's good for my diabetes. So every time I eat vegetables, I'm like, hey, sis, I'm like, what's that? Did you eat your vegetables? You know I did. And then I'm like, hey, you eat your vegetables. You are the best. You are going to be healthy, healthy. You are being healthy, healthy. Yeah. Okay. Saying too much. But I get so excited when I actually do the things that align with my accountability. So just remember to celebrate your goods as much as you I wouldn't say celebrate your bads, but you acknowledge your bads. All right. I feel like we have really covered a lot in today's episode of accountability. We've talked about, what it means to me, how it affects my life, and why it's so important to me, and also some tools that you can have for your own life. Listen, if you think of some things that some scenarios or some things where you would like to hold yourself more accountable, leave them in the comments below. Also, you know what? Don't be afraid to like, share, comment, and subscribe because it does help my channel grow. And that's one of my goals is to be bigger here in 2021. And I really could use your help and your engagement. It means so much to me and as well as to other YouTube pages. I know a lot of us just be scrolling through. We don't really like, but me as a content creator, I really do try to and I don't really share. I need to share more stuff. No, I'll be sharing some stuff. I'll be sharing some things, but I could do more of it so that way their channel can grow too. And if you can do it for somebody you don't know, why don't you do it for me? I'm very much nice. See, look at this. Ooh. Anyways, accountability. It's important. Talk to me about it in the comments below. Let's get into the 3,000 questions. The 3,000 questions is a segment on the podcast where I pick a question from this book, 3,000 Questions About Me, and I just answer it. I never looked at it before, so let's see how it goes. Ooh, okay, this one's kind of cute. So we have, what is your favorite dessert? This is question 1,141. My favorite dessert, I got two, but lately I've been making this really bomb one. It's called banana pudding cheesecake. Okay, but guess what I did this Thursday? Well, not this Thursday, girl. Hold on. This Thanksgiving, I added some sea salted caramel that I make. And listen, it's a banana foster cheesecake. You feel me? And I'm here for it. But really, typically, I love cheesecake is my favorite. Carrot cake is my favorite as well. So just so you know, if y'all want to give me a little bit of treats, not too much, because I do have the diabetes. But if you just want to give me something sweet because you think I'm so sweet or whatever, like I wouldn't be mad. All right. Anyway, I do have another segment on the channel called I Deserve. I Deserve is a thing that I have said to myself, or I actually have poster boards now that I'm going to show you guys in another episode about something I need to remind myself that I deserve so that way I can continue to live in the life that I want to live. So this week I have chosen the word I deserve to go at my own pace. I deserve to go at my own pace because a lot of the times we live in this society where it's a microwave society. We want everything instantaneously. We want everything now. We need it to pop off as soon as we say because we love instant gratification. And I'm here for instant gratification, but I have found, especially with my 2 concussions, that I need to slow down. I need to go at my own pace because once I go at my own pace, then I can really be proud of the work that I'm doing and be really not overwhelmed. I can really appreciate all that life has to offer. And it's okay to appreciate all that life has to offer. It's okay to really be in your knowing. It's okay to really not do more than one thing at a time if you don't want to. If I want to, then I will. Like if I want to listen to an audiobook and work out, I can do that. But if I just want to sit down and just be in the moment with a friend, I can do that too. If I want to sit down and I really want to be able to focus on the docket that I'm going to do for my podcast, I deserve to do that too. And you deserve it as well. Speaking of what you deserve, boom, new exclusive. It's not even exclusive, but new segment we're going to do just for December is the You Are a Gift segment. And this is a segment that I came up where I'm going to tell you guys about something that you are. Okay. Own this. Okay. This is you, baby. All right. You are a gift. Your drive is a gift. And you will achieve all you desire. And if you need someone to help you stay focused and hold you accountable, reach out to someone who will do that and not judge you. Okay. That's really important. There's a difference, and we didn't talk about it on this podcast. Let me know if you want to talk about it on another podcast. There's a difference between accountability and judgment. I guess there's a little bit of overlapping, but this is more so holding you to your own compass, accountability. So if you need someone that knows a little bit about what that really means, hold someone accountable, holla at your girl. But really don't holla though, just like, maybe whisper, maybe slide into the DMs, comment below if you want me to be your accountability partner. All right. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. We're going to head on out. On next week's episode, we are going to be speaking all about the gift of sadness during the holidays and how I deal with it and how you can deal with it. If you like what I say, you can listen to it and be like, oh yeah, that's a good pointer or whatever. All right. And that's about everything. And as always, be real, be you. Do what you came here to do and be the light that you want to see. Peace. Almost held up four fingers on this hand. And all right, that's it. Bye.
Things coming together so beautifully. One day it all makes sense. Just you wait.